Welcome back to The Legend of Vox Machina. This is Season 4, Episode 8, The Bard's Lament. Ooh. Isn't this... Okay. Last time, we had great episode, horror-themed, back in Whitestone, getting some more backstory on Delilah, the Briarwoods in general. We need Scanlan back. Here we are. I was gonna say, isn't The Bard's Lament, like, the whole thing with Scanlan's... like breaking up with the party basically, and that's why, you know, that's when he brings in Tyrion later or after that moment. I know there was some idea that they adapted this back in season 3. Was it season 3 with Kaylee? But I don't know. I'm torn between like I wanting it to be adapted here because they really didn't go that far in season 3 with Scanlan and his anger towards the group. But on the other hand, I'm like, they kind of retread in the same ground because we already did this a little bit. So I hope this is really good. The only spoiler that I do know is I think Tom Cardy, who's a musician, is going to cameo as a character in this episode. So I'm interested to hear his performance there. But other than that, I really don't know. I just my expectation is this is going to be, yeah, some butting heads with Scanlan like I called last episode. So let's get into this episode and see what happens. It's just... Where is this? There?
I'm here for the show.
Like a jazzy rendition. Washed up like performer. Not the Elvis here, dude. No questing.
Unexpected surprises. Tonight is gonna be perfect.
Hey boss, there's a Vox Machina here to see you.
Well, poop.
Remember, we need...
Tyrion's like, where's my drink?
How we broach the subject. Darling, there's a reason Scanlan has been avoiding us for the past year. He may need buttering up.
What's plan B when he freaks out and refuses to come with us?
Aren't you pumped to see him? I mean, this is the Scatman we're talking about.
Exactly. He runs away. That's what he does.
Damn, okay, we need to address... Pike, we need to address whatever's going on with you.
Bella for 7 years in college. Why were you in college for 7 years? They needed a tenor. And a tenor they didn't see.
Damn.
Just kidding. Oh, fuck my good holes. Why are they here?
They're your friends. They probably just came to see you perform. Just talk to them. Assholes will always be assholes until you let them prove different.
It sucks because he's kind of right. But, like, he does need to join.
Acapella, acapella.
Where'd you find this dingus?
No
Which
questing.
means no banding together as a ragtag team of misfits, no rendezvous with dark sorcerers, and absolutely no plotting to save the world. Give my friends here all the chicken they want. I want for 2 plates.
What did I say?
What would you do if your old band showed up and you wanted to get back together? And you had a lot of hits, but they also nearly cost you everything.
For a fool!
I'm not Dodie.
The day keeps getting worse!
I could be a dad. I would be the best dad in the fucking world. And I wouldn't abandon my friend when she needed me the most.
Yes. You don't need him.
Try to take him away from his family?
Myth cover may be the only thing that can kill the Whispered One. It seems the fate of the world may depend on that man's disposition.
You wanted me to give you something.
Oh, God.
Here.
Is it...
I missed it. Life on the road and all. Was it, nice?
Until the zombie ninja showed up. Ow!
I mean...
Classic Vox Mox. I do not miss the constant peril. You guys finally want to do spice with me?
Hell yeah, let's drink some drugs!
I feel bad. Like, they're duping him, but also just... Scanlan, you need to listen to them. Like, if you don't want to join, fine, but we do need the sword.
Myth cover.
No! 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 Oh, Grog is so flat.
No. The
No
other.
questing. Oh.
Make out.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love soft female lips. Oh.
Girl, just tell the truth. I think Kaylee would listen more than...
I don't know why my dad makes the choices he makes, but I know he cares about you. You don't have to deal with it alone.
Get out. It's
No!
a deck of infinite
What?
possibilities, right?
Why did you... Why did you have that? What is it?
Wait a minute. You turned a vestige of divergence
Oh.
into a guitar?
Oh.
That's the whole reason we came here in the first place.
Grog.
Right, guys?
We can't
Without
do it without
you.
you.
Yeah.
You're part of this team.
Team? You only kept me around because I make jokes? You barely know me. Where do I come from, huh? How old am I? What's my mother's name?
I don't know. It's really valid from him. Like, but I also feel like it's a two-way street, Scanlan. You
didn't
ignored...
know my mother's name.
That was different.
Was it? Dad, I know what it's like to feel unwanted.
Oh.
Vestige belongs to the Whispered One.
Ah!
Or stays shut.
Gonna get blasted. Yep. Okay. Oh. Got him.
What's the plan, guys?
Okay. This is visually awesome. Awesome that we're getting a bard battle too, which is such a fun thing we haven't really seen in this show before.
Any of those gems give me wings? Oh, yes! Animal amethyst, activate!
Okay.
Sit down. You're...
Okay, damn! This is so cool! Like... this is so... Oh, shit! Oh,
Fight back!
come on.
Sing with me!
This is so fun! I was gonna say, this is so, like, out of left field, so random, but, like, this is great. This is so... such a fun moment. Yep. I was gonna say, aren't they like zombies and shit?
Your feelings because we care about you.
The truth is, I try to be Rockstar Scanlan. Heck, I'm not sure I even know who that is.
Of course we like him, warts and all.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, okay. I
But
was gonna say,
I
probably
think I
not.
need some more time to figure him out.
This fucking
and-
duck.
and-
Hey, Scanlan, what was your mother's name?
Juniper.
Juniper. Sorry I never asked before.
And it hurt too much to miss you, so I tried hating you, and that hurt even more, and now... It's like I don't know who I am anymore.
Trickfoot. The badass who's gonna save the world.
Damn. I had a feeling he was just gonna be in one episode, but... Oh my god. We're ending already? I ain't got time. Okay. This is such a good start to the song, and then the Meat Man. Not really related to the episode, but I mean, it is. They do such a great job of making original music for the show. You know, yes, the background music and all that, you know, the... What's it called? I forget the word. Background music, yeah. But I guess the soundtrack is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, like these big numbers they do, you know, Scanlan numbers mainly, but there's been other characters who have had solos. Pike had a duet in season 2, I think. Either way, such great original music from this show. And I think this episode just really showcased it too. Yeah, the whole bard battle was awesome. It felt like Vox Machina. I don't know, like for whatever reason, I feel so hypocritical because I go back and forth between like wanting strict, like I want I want focus, I want like a drive, I want to get from point A to point B in like a direct manner, and then some of these episodes where it's just like fun and it, like I don't know, for whatever reason this episode was great, but then like I think of episode 4 and 5, you know, they were weaker to me. even though it's technically the same thing. You know, it's a crazy adventure. It's like not a bottle episode, but you know, it's like we're in one location, we do something, and it's crazy. But I just love this one a lot more than those two. I'm torn on the adaptation of the Bard's Lament from the campaign. You know, I think the actual fight was a lot better in the campaign for being unscripted. You know, I give it credit because it's unscripted, and it's just like off the cut. You know, it's improv, and so I feel like the emotions really hit a lot harder in the campaign than here, because I remember some of those lines. Obviously, they're callbacks that they use in this episode, but just the emotion in that moment was not as... They tried to capture it, but it just didn't hit as hard as the campaign did. But I did like that moment at the end where Grog, because Grog and Scanlan kind of did have a better relationship. Grog, Pike, and Scanlan kind of felt like more a cohesive unit. So I like that they had more of a, you know, parting words at the end there. And him just asking about his mom was really nice. And even that moment with him and Pike was really cool to see. I'm sad that he's not joining the group, but I understand, you know, and it makes sense. I like that. I like the way they wrote it to stay faithful to the campaign of where Tyrion takes over for Scanlan. And I don't know if I said Sam or Scanlan this whole time, but Scanlan. I like that they're keeping in the spirit of Tyrion as replacing Scanlan for the time being. But I also like how they've written it so that we've gotten introduced to Tyrion before we have the schism. I think it feels natural. It's great writing. And I wanted to mention that last episode too, and I don't think I really articulated it very well, but the way this show is, I think I've said this before, the way this show is able to kind of rewrite campaign 1 in a more cohesive light, and you know, with new information that we've gotten from later campaigns, and you know, just later Critical Role stuff. It's awesome that we were able to streamline it into like making it the best narrative experience that we can. So this is just another example of like Tyrion in campaign 1 doesn't show up until after this moment. You know, this is technically when Tyrion gets introduced. So the fact that he has been in this just show for 8 episodes now before the schism, it makes sense. It's logical. It's written very well, and it's a good, I don't want to say rewrite or retcon, but you know, that this is the power of this show, is that it's able to make things smoother, make more sense, introduce like I said, campaign 3, like Laudna, introducing elements that don't necessarily, you know, in the real world, they didn't happen until years later. We didn't, you know, discover those parts of the lore yet, but here we're able to flesh it out, make it more seamless of a transition, which is awesome. Also, last episode, I didn't mention, or I wanted to talk about a little bit, as much as I was glazing Marisha for her voice acting, I wanted to also just give props to Gray Griffin, for Delilah. I know she's voiced her in season 1, obviously, but the way that you can hear it's still Delilah, but there is a maturity, there is like a weatheredness to her. It's still evil, it's still, you know, the big bad, but there is a less maniacal, more methodical kind of tinge to her voice. I always think of, maybe it's because of her spellcasting, you know, we're not hearing her doing her like weird demon chanting stuff that she always did in season 1, now in this season she's more just naturally gonna do magic. It feels, I don't really think we've heard her doing her incantations and stuff, but I always think of that, you know, that kind of voice that she puts on when she is like hyping herself up with the magic. There is less of that now. It's more natural to her. It's just more like effortless, and I think her voice really captures that emotion of like, you know, nothing, there is nothing to fear anymore. She just exists, which is really cool. It's great acting, but voice acting specifically. Anyways, back to this episode. Real fun. As much as I love Tom Cardy, I feel like they didn't utilize him. Not that they utilized him fully. I think I kind of wanted a little bit more from him. Either way, like it's just awesome that they were able to include him, and like all these like weird mini boss characters, all these undead kind of people, like children of the truth or whatever. The way that they're able to, one, be undead or something like that, you know, they're able to come back somehow. But the fact that they keep getting away makes me hope, like, okay, there's all these like little mini bosses we're gonna fight in the finale. Everyone's kind of got their nemesis, as it were. So it's gonna be fun to, like, you know, Grog has the big guy they transformed in the very first or second episode. We have this Bard versus Scanlan. We have there's like a ranger kind of guy that was harassing Vex and Percy in that one episode. You know, Vax has this thing with Delilah, it feels like, even though obviously Delilah has ties to Percy. You know, Pike is a very major character with Mythcarver now. So it's nice that they have all, you know, Keyleth obviously has beef with Delilah, but yeah, it's just cool that we're getting all these different kinds of I can want to say mini bosses, because, like, if we're doing the hierarchy thing, obviously we have, I think his name's Gideon. We have the Whispered One, then Gideon, Delilah, and then, like, all those other guys that I named. So I'd consider, like, Delilah a mini boss, for example, but I wouldn't consider those little, like, the lieutenants or whatever. Either way, it's just cool that we're getting, like, it's not necessarily like a horde of just random people, you know, it's not just plebs. There's actually, like, some people with, I don't want to say talent, but, you know, there are some people to fear, and there's some people to be worried about that we're fighting, and I'm excited for when we get to those moments. Or at least I'm hoping. I don't know if that's where we're going, but, like, again, all these little guys have gotten away, so I feel like they're going to show up somewhere. It's going to be a really cool battle, I'm hoping. Yeah, I like that Kaylee is able to... Again, I mentioned in this episode, Scanlan is valid for his feelings, and, like, being hurt that the Vox Machina pretty much doesn't care. And, like, I get where he's coming from, and I also appreciate Kaylee for saying, like, hey, you know, I gave you a chance. Yes, it's something that you have to kind of give, like, as much as you just want them to show up as their perfect selves, you kind of have to also just give them a chance. And that's something, like, I think it's a very good lesson just for real life. You know, that's something I struggle with sometimes, is, like, you know, my friends don't show up for me, so I should show up for them. But it's like, well, they're your friends. You gotta give them, you know, meet them halfway kind of thing. But I just feel bad because, like, in the end, it really does feel like Vox Machina, aside from, like, Grog, who I don't want to say is too simple to understand, but, like, you know, I do think Grog does care about Scanlan. I think Pike cares about Scanlan. Yes, Vax said he does, and, you know, Keyleth and all them. I feel like they aren't showing it to the best that they could. You know, I do think in their heart of hearts they do care about him, but, like, just the way this episode was written was not a good. It wasn't a good showcasing of Vox. It was a good showcasing of Scanlan. Like I'm on the Scanlan side in this squabble, you know. And I'm excited to see where they go with him. You know, I'm not expecting him to show up this season anymore. I think it's just a one and done. But if he does show up in the finale or something, I'll be awesome. Like, you know, not that he comes to his senses, but, you know, he decides to join the fight. That would be really cool. But at the same time, I think they've written it to a point where I'm like, okay, maybe he'll show up next season. Maybe, you know, maybe he'll join up after whatever's happening here. But yeah. But yeah, I think I was going somewhere with Kaylee, but I forgot. I just appreciate Kaylee being able to, yeah, talk some sense into him and, like, pretty much be a mirror to him and, like, say, hey, you know, I also didn't like you, but I gave you a shot. You know, I put up with whatever was going on, and, like, you know, it has to be this communication between us. Interesting that he passed it off to Mythcarver, off to Pike. I'm excited to see how that all goes. Because, like, as much as the plate of the Dawn Martyr is cool, it also felt very singular of, like, this is just to stop Thordak. You know, specifically Thordak. It wasn't like the dragons, it was just Thordak. You know, everyone else got vestiges that were like, yes, these are powerful, they will fight the dragons, plural, but Pike's felt like, you just need this for Thordak's fire. So the fact that she gets Mythcarver now is really cool. It also is like, okay, Percy and Keyleth don't have vestiges. She's got two. I don't know. It's just funny. I don't think I have anything else really to say. Just a really fun episode. I'm really curious where we're going next episode. You know, I don't have any thoughts. Like, I guess we just follow. They mentioned they place a tracking device on this one dude, so the Bard. So I guess we just follow and see what happens. You know, we got the sword. You know, we got a plan, now we just got to go kill, right? We just got to start killing them. So, like, I'm excited to see where we go. Anyways, thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. Leave thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. All right.